Okay, if you don't know me, my name is Daniel Delaney, and this is my senior project presentation about the Love Pug Foundation. My essential question being, what are the steps to hosting a fundraiser to where the benefits will go to the Love Pug Foundation? Here's my presentation outline, starting with my senior project mentor, then going into why I'm doing this project, my research, then my final product, some pictures, and my reflection. So my senior project mentor, Miss Angela Chansky, who founded the Love Hug Foundation and supplied me with the items I needed, like the donation bins, as well as materials to sell during my bake sale. She was very informative and really helped a lot with making alternative choices. Here's my vision of the graduate, where I did have to change my plans a couple times throughout my presentation. I worked with many different people, especially at the library to the town hall to get permission. And I had to step out of my comfort zone since I had to go out and set up times to meet with them physically, as well as send a lot of emails. Now, why this project? First off, it began from a suggestion from my mom, but I really do love animals, and I thought it would be a nice thing to do since I'd be helping out the community and pretty much other animals all around. And what did I hope to accomplish was learning how to better take care of animals, as well as gathering all the necessary donations needed to help the animals in need, as well as spreading the word so others could learn mostly what I learned. Here's my timeline. Starting in the fall, I set up the posters as well as the donation bins. And then moving on to winter, I plan to take that time to gather donations while as volunteering as much as I could. And then in the spring is where I was starting to finish up, gather up the donation bins, posters, and then finish off with bake sale to raise money. Up here are the posters with the one explaining what the Love Pug Foundation is, and the other with the listed necessary materials and other accepted items with the disclaimer letting you know that open bags of food or snacks were not allowed. Here's my research. Here's some of the research I conducted, starting off with the bake sale, because it's very important you plan it all ahead. Gather help, since it's kind of difficult to sell multiple items to people coming from all around. And it's very important to also have variety so at least somebody can purchase. And then the health benefits of pets, because they tend to get you more active when you're playing out in the yard with your dogs, or help you get into a routine feeding your cats or fish, and also are a great way to relieve stress, especially when, of course, petting a cat or watching goldfish swim around in their tank. My final product. First off, we have my volunteering, where I believe I volunteered a total of 5 times. I somewhat helped organize the donations, mostly when I brought them in to make sure they're all set, and dealt with odd jobs such as sweeping down the stairs of fur. I really did enjoy my time there. I felt like every visit was very helpful to my project, and it was very nice talking to Miss Chansky as well as the animals. I helped clean around, and I usually most of the time use that to drop off whatever donations I gathered or picked up any supplies I needed for my project. Here's my event, the bake sale, which took place on April 16th from 4 to 6. I made about roughly $40, and I sold several items, such as the only baked good being the Christmas crackle I made, Dorito chips, Rice Krispies, fruit roll-ups, ring pops, applesauce, and water. Everything given to me by Miss Chansky, except for the Christmas crackle. Here's some pictures. Here are some of the pictures I donated, the cans given to me by a friend of my mom's who's a lawyer, and most of this is the stuff I received from the library. And here is the donation bin I had placed up in the school, and on the left is the donation bin that used to be over there in the library, with the poster being right above it. And here's some pictures of me volunteering. I do not remember, I'm not very good at remembering names, but I do know that right there is chicken, and I can't remember everyone else's, but sometimes I came over. Here's my reflection. What I think went well was every time I went to volunteer, I felt like I made a lot of significant process. Well, I gained a lot of significant, what's the word? Yeah, it was very just, I gained a lot from every time I went to go volunteer. I gathered up lots of donations, and the bake sale was quick and easy. But what I felt like I could have done better was volunteering, because I feel like that was pretty inconsistent, and I really should have brought that up more. And what I learned was, first off, how to properly host a bake sale. The second is properly taking care of animals, especially with number 3, learning about specific disabilities, as Ms. Chansey did introduce me to a cat who both of her hind legs weren't working and needed assistance with using the bathroom. So that's also very important. And branching out and talking to the community, like I did with contacting the town hall, as well as here at the library. And so thank you to my mom for introducing the idea, Ms. Chansky for being my mentor, Ms. Karen, the town hall manager who helped me give me permission to set up the bin, Mr. Bigelow for guiding me out through the project, Mr. Neville for helping me print out a lot of the papers, and Mr. Mack for giving me permission to set up my bake sale at the softball game. Any questions?